welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Taurus. If you are resonating with this, go ahead and check out part 2, linked below through Vimeo or Patreon. We got website, socials, all that good stuff. I just want to get started on your reading, Taurus. Sorry. I had a really bad cough come up in the part 2 for Libra because there's some communication stuff happening for the course of summer, which is also very collective, probably coming up here right now for a reason as well. I am recording this on June 22nd. Excuse me. And we are just barely out of summer solstice, and we're still technically in the full moon Cappy energy as well. Noises are kicking up, Taurus, because, sorry, I feel scattered in your energy all of a sudden. Something is really breaking through for you, but I want to come back to what I was about to say for summer, putting pins and everything. So we are technically in this window where we can still kind of get a gist of what summer is going to be bringing for us collectively and individually. And in summer, we do have Mercury retrograding in Virgo and in Leo, including the pre-shadow and post-shadow phases. This is going to be from July 15th to September 11th. So most of summer, we will have this Mercury retrograde flavor in Leo, Virgo, like I mentioned before. Okay. I did Libra right before your reading. And then you also came up in Libra's reading like as a card. So there could be something in that reading for you, especially if you have any Libra placements. Okay, that being said, I want to get back to you, Taurus. I feel like something is coming through in your heart space. It feels like a softening. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like your heart's like blasted open or anything. It just feels like something is really softening you or almost getting you to like almost like surrender to your own heart, which is kind of interesting. Surrender to your emotions, potentially, like melt into your heart. Very like ooey gooey, soft, warm and fuzzy. Gotta be honest, kind of romantic energy. It doesn't have to be, but it's just very loving and very sweet and very compassionate. But it feels like you're slowly melting into your heart. And it feels really good. I also was getting something about polarity with you, like a very hard contrast of like black, white, good, bad. I think you are moving past this. Some of you could have some Gemini in your chart just because you probably would stand a reason if you have Gemini in your chart, if you're a Taurus sun, especially. Excuse me. Yeah, Gemini is coming through really, really strong for you, Taurus. Really, really strong. It is your neighbor, so I'm not surprised. But coming back, it almost feels like you're moving away from this rigidity of that, like just right, wrong, black, white, and you're really just coming to self. But it just feels very heartwarming and very touching and just very soft. So this could be happening by way of a relationship or certain relationships or even memories. That's interesting. Something about memories there too. But Taurus, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Star Codes Astro Oracle for your reading. Don't mind me. Just clearing all this communication throat stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing Gemini. I can't stop hearing Gemini. You could have something going on with Gemini, like I mentioned before, even externally in terms of another person. We are recently in Cancer season in Tropic as I'm recording this, so just know that as well. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus, please? I'm just picking up on some weird stuff. Hold on, I'm like trying to figure out how to communicate this. You could be having telepathy with somebody. Wanted or unwanted. It's wanted or unwanted. I don't know, that's kind of interesting. Just had to be said. It almost had this feeling of like, okay, go away. Go away now. Like, it's got a flavor like that to it. Taurus. Coming back to Taurus, please. Coming back to Taurus. Taurus, I feel like there's a lot going on around you externally. I just keep feeling this distracted energy or even scattered energy. Some of you could be really caught up in the external, or some of you got to really clean up your field. Interesting. We have South Node coming out with past, the energy of 33, a master number. 33 has been coming up for the collective a lot as well. I did get something about memories here for you, Taurus. There's something that is getting you deeper in the heart in ways that you've had trouble with, okay? And when that happens, typically something's gone on in your past that's made it difficult for you to do that. So no coincidence this is coming up. Some of you could have strong Libra in your chart because the South Node is in Libra as of right now. Some of you could have Taurus South Node even, just giving out some examples, but South Node comes out when we're dealing with karmic energies, past energies, and like I said, for summer, Mercury retrograde, we might have some blasts from the past coming up as well. But there's something about the past that you are melting away. It keeps wanting to come through as melting for some reason, that you're melting away, that's allowing you to really soften your heart and be in your heart more, be more compassionate, be more loving. Gotta be honest, Taurus, being less egoistic, just gotta be honest. And getting away from right, wrong, getting away from rigidity. It almost feels like you are coming home to self and coming into oneness too with yourself. Some of you could be experiencing an ego death or perceiving an ego death right now. Anything else for Taurus? Feels like making peace with your past. It does. Whether you are very physically doing this through conversations with people or you're just moving through this within yourself. Anything else for Taurus? Can't get away from Gemini. It's like Gemini's going, Gemini, Gemini, don't forget Gemini. Like, okay. We have 10th house with authority. What's the number on that? Can I do math right now? It's 3. Wow. So you have 33 and then 48. That breaks down to a 3. Does it? Why do I feel like that's not right? No, that's right. Because it breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. There's some resistance there. So there's some resistance coming through here for you, Taurus. I keep feeling like you're a Gemini. I'm sorry, that Gemini energy is way too strong. There's some resistance in your 10th house, Taurus. What is this resistance? If you're a Taurus rising, where is your 10th house? Aquarius. Interesting. Aquarius. Pluto's in Aquarius right now. Will be for a long time. Digging up some stuff, transforming how you show up in the world, transforming even your work. Authenticity too comes along with Pluto being in Aquarius. Yeah, so Taurus, what this is coming down to, you are experiencing some resistance probably with work or how you are showing up to people, or even like how you identify yourself in terms of your environment or other people or your work. I feel like a big resistance there, because I feel like what's trying to happen is there's this coming into true oneness within yourself is trying to happen. So there is this needing to reconcile something about your past. I keep hearing identity too. Something about your past. And I got to be honest, getting away from facades, getting away from right, wrong, getting away from egoistic ways of being or thinking or even interacting with other people, getting down into your heart, softness. Oh, there's something else there. Taurus, some of you may have been brought up in an environment or a group, or this could even be recently, but some of you this is more lifelong, some of you maybe this is the last like few years, etc. Take it as it resonates, where it has been more superficial, right, wrong, linear, rewarded for those things that just came through, rewarded for those things, where it wasn't heart-centered. And as a result, you couldn't be here. Like you couldn't be here as a result. But it's time to be here. 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 It just keeps wanting to be said over and over. It's time to be here. I feel like there is a pressure here as well. It feels very Saturnian, which is in Pisces. Like, where would that be for you? That would be your 11th house if you're a Taurus rising. Yeah, so Taurus, however this is happening for you, some of you are experiencing pressure or conflict or friction with your own sense of identity, with work, even with other people, but it's all to get you to like really fall into your heart space. But when you come here, it feels like a soft melting, getting deep in there as you are also reconciling and making peace with some things that happened in your past or how you have been in the past yourself as a person. And some of you, this melting is also coinciding with interacting with a person, or meeting a certain person, because I feel like a lot of you who are resonating with this are probably around a lot of people who are not here. Okay. Interesting. Can I get one more, please? For Taurus. Emotional drive-by? Weird. Emotional drive-by. Some of you, this whole thing could be catalyzed by a random meeting, a random conversation. It feels literally like a fleeting, like, bloop on your heart, and then like they flutter away. Could even be happening in the dream space. Doesn't have to be physical, but some of you are experiencing that or have experienced that. Can I get one more for Taurus? Not wanting to let go. Not wanting to let go of this black white, not wanting to let go of, yeah, because it's kept you safe, it's kept you functioning to not be here and to be more black, white, right, wrong, and rewarded for that, or be a little bit more in your ego. I'm hearing masculine, 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 masculine. There could be something I'm coming with a masculine for you at this time. But it's gonna feel so good when you melt into your heart. You ready? Uh-huh. Venus. Venus. And as of right now, Venus is in Cancer. And if you are Taurus rising, that's probably happening in your third house. Communication from the heart. I keep feeling like this melting in your heart is being assisted by a conversation or conversations with a person. I don't think a lot of people, because I keep feeling this is for Tauruses or people who are resonating with this reading. Even if you're not a Taurus, you just were drawn here, who've been around people who have kept you out of your heart space because it hasn't been safe for you to do so. And it does. It just feels like a little like, bloop. I haven't gotten this for you before. Wait a minute. I channeled this for someone before. Someone for a sign before. It might have been Cancer, actually. Maybe it was Gemini. Okay, it could have been Taurus, Cancer, Gemini. I don't remember. But I kept getting that. Like a bloop on the heart, just like a little bloop. And it's like, it's just enough to like open it up a little bit more or to shift something. Someone could have physically touched your chest, or again, I feel like it actually just is through words. I keep feeling that. But softening, a melting, getting into what matters, getting into emotions, getting into that heart space. And again, making peace with your past, making peace with who you've been, making peace with any sort of friction that's happening as a result of this black-white way of being, or this very egoistic way of being. Sorry, I'm just calling a spade, but that's what's coming through here. All right, let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you. Energy Oracle wanted to come through, which is strange. I haven't worked with this deck in a while either, but let's do it. Can I get a card for South Node for Taurus? Yeah, if anyone remembers what reading that's from, if you could put it below for other people, that would be great. I think it would just be helpful for others. Can I get a card for South Node, please? Can I get a card for South Node for Taurus? In your reading, Taurus, there's something about Taurus, Libra, Aries, Gemini, and Cancer. I know it's a lot of signs, but there's just something about those signs for you. Aquarius too. I know that's half the zodiac, but there's something Something about those signs. Tell me about South Node, please, for Taurus. Yeah, making peace. We have... I thought there were more for some... I guess I haven't worked with this deck in so long. I'm like, these feel so thick. There's got to be other cards under there, but there's not. So a South Node, we have victory and appreciation. There is a closing of the door of your past. Even maybe some karmic lessons or situations or cycles, but I do feel like it's in the form of identity mostly, or things that you maybe have been ashamed about of how you've navigated, and you are closing the door on them and they're not going to be a part of how you're navigating things anymore. Appreciation is kind of like a 9 of Pentacles card for me, where there is this confidence in being able to just be you and stand on your own here. Oh, suddenly suddenly my neck got all kinds of painful. Ow. Some of you may have a lot of shoulder neck pain. Ooh, and it's on my left side, which I never have neck pain on my left side. It's normally my right side, so interesting. Something with the feminine there. Feminine was really big in Libra's reading, so again, if you got Libra in your chart, I would definitely look at that reading. But yeah, I feel like this is something that needs to happen. This closure needs to happen. This letting go needs to happen. It's putting you exactly where you want to be. Well, I'm going to say where it feels good, because I can feel there's a little bit of difficulty with letting go, right? And getting away from that black-white way of being, superficial ego way of being. But it's going to feel good at the end of the day. Can I get a card for 10th house, please, for Taurus? Oh, shit. Can I get a card for Taurus for 10th house? Woman holding a heart. 44, another master number coming through for you here, Taurus. Almost called you Libra. Something going on with you and Libra. Something going on with you and Libra. Anyway, woman holding a heart, like I said, there is a melting into your heart that's trying to happen here, okay? Excuse me, and I keep feeling tension and restriction around this energy for you. Probably work, or just how you're showing up in the world and how people are perceiving you. But what's really trying to happen is your heart's trying to melt open. Just trying to drop into your heart space. That's all that's trying to happen. And if you're resisting that, you're resisting that. But I don't think you're going to be able to resist it for very long. I think if you try to keep resisting the getting here, meeting people here, coming from here, I think it's just going to cause a lot of stress. I think it's going to cause a lot of just unpleasantness. So I would just surrender to it. Just being honest. I would just surrender to it. It doesn't always have to be a fight, is what I just heard too. It doesn't always have to be a fight. Just wants to be said. It doesn't always have to be a fight. There's something about communication. Okay, this is coming in really strong. I'm also hearing Aries. Taurus, it doesn't always have to be a fight when you're dealing with other people, especially in terms of like, I'm sorry, I gotta call it. I'm getting a little bit of an ego response of you want to come off a certain way, or you want to project a certain image, or you want people to see you a certain way. And I feel like there's some defensiveness or like a fighting energy that comes out when you feel under threat, when that image feels under threat. But you can always come from here, no matter what. So just something that wants to be said. All right, Venus. Let's move into Venus. Any other messages or insights for Taurus? Very interesting. Not what I expected at all. We have man holding a coin coming through with Venus. This is very King of Pentacles to me. This feels like something that came up in the Libra reading. But man holding a coin, actually, okay, no, this does actually make sense. Because what I was getting with you, right, is like there is some sort of assist trying to happen with like melting your heart. I almost want to like pet your heart or something. Let me in there. Is what I'm feeling right there. Part of what is helping or can help to like melt your heart open is allowing people to meet you at that space. It's an allowance. So man holding a coin is an energy that's rising to the occasion, coming up and coming forward. It's up to you to be like, okay, okay. Like we all do that within all of our relationships, right? It's a balance of masculine, feminine in all relationships. But it seems like Taurus, there's like a needing to allow that to happen. And I'm hearing patience with this energy as well. Patience, patience, patience. Patience is key. Patience is key. Patience is key. The person may be helping you to do this may be very patient. Okay. Ooh. There's something else going on here though. I am feeling career. I am feeling something about career. I almost want to get another card on that. Can I get another card on that, please? Oh, you got two more. Indecision and yin yang. Taurus, some of you may need to reevaluate some career stuff. Just calling how I see it. And I keep hearing this like allowance, allowance, allowance. And we literally have the yin yang, the balance of masculine and feminine coming through with indecision, left or right around this energy of Venus, which is not just about money, but is also about relationships, right? With this other force that is helping to balance with you or get you to melt with your heart. Some of you may meet this person at work, but either way, I just keep getting pulled to this like shift in work. Shift in work, shift in work, shift in work, shift in work. It keeps repeating itself over and over and over. It could even be how you communicate in work or how you show up in work, but shift in your work. It's very clear. It's very clear. And again, I do feel a little bit of resistance to allowing people to be in this energy towards you. Okay, and it can't even be vice versa, where maybe you're the one trying to show up and on Taurus, and Taurus is like, right? So take it as it resonates, okay? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move into part 2. If this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you're joining me for part 2, I will see you soon. Take care, Taurus.